Welcome. We are here for round number 4, UCI BMX Supercross World Cup here in Papendal, the Netherlands. I'm Jason Richardson with
Richard Eames.
And we are happy, so happy to bring you some more high-intensity, high-level elite BMX racing today. Rich, what are your thoughts, man?
I'm thinking the action is going to continue. Round 3 was off the charts. I think round 4 is going to be just as good.
Just as good, almost as good as the beautiful scenery here in the Netherlands. Papendal, city of Arnhem, actually, which is in the province of Gelderland. One of the cleanest, most pristine places you'd ever want to be, with the quaint shops, alleyways tucked away, canals,
Beautiful
very Dutch, the canals, and such an awesome place to be. Incidentally, this place, these scenes will be beaming and teeming with BMXers in 2021 when the World Championships will come through this very location, huh?
It will. And don't forget, Arnhem is the scene of some of the most historic moments of World War II. Made famous by the film A Bridge Too Far, Operation Market Garden, but there's going to be war on the track today as the riders
it's
get
Operation
stuck in.
BMX today.
Yeah.
As we are going to get started with round 1. Top 4 make it through. If you do not make it through, you go to a last chance qualifier, and only 2 make it through to there, then single elimination, where, you guessed it, top 4 cross the finish line, keep making it through, and we will eventually find our way to the top, fastest, and final 8 of both the elite men and women. As you can see here, the clouds are out. The sun is wanting to shine through. Partly cloudy, 14 degrees Celsius. We only have a breeze of 12 kilometers or kilometers, depending on how you like to pronounce it. Rich, bring us.
Yeah, moving on to the standings, the current standings. Niek Kimmen, the local hero here in the Netherlands, leading it out with 350 points. Joris Dode in 2, Kai White in 3, Alfredo Campo in 4, Jeremy Renkerel sitting inside the top 5, David Graff, always a threat, in 6, Sylvain Andre, the new father, in 7, and Kai Sakibara of Australia rounding out the top 8.
For the women, Judy Bao has taken the lead in the point standing. Manon Valentino dropping down to 3rd. Elise Willoughby in 2nd. Christensen in 4th. Huisman 5th. 6th is Laura Smulders. Felicia Stansel is in 7th, and rounding out the top 8 is Merle van Bentham. So a strong Netherlands contingent in the top 8.
You'd expect nothing more in this part of the world.
No. But let's show the viewers what they can expect if they were to go down this track. So we're on the gate with the number 500, That would be Renato Rezende. We're going down the hill. Triple step as David Graff leaps ahead of us. Big double, and then we want to get some more pedals into a triple step into the first corner where it's a 180. The women go to the left, the men go to the right. There's a step down, huge double, another double, and then the berm jump over the women's side. Another 180, and then we're going to get some pedals and hit the huge step up into the rhythm section.
Yeah, the rhythm section there, just got to keep your rhythm going through it, be nice and smooth, following David Graff just into that final turn. Damien Gaudet just dropping inside of us as we go through there. And a couple more sets of doubles, cheeky roller at the end, across the line, and that is a lap here in Papendal.
What makes it cheeky?
That's a good question.
I guess maybe. Well, so the elite men are up. Round one, as stated before. Top four will take them to the 16th finals if they do not qualify out of round one. They do get one more chance. It's called the last chance. And out of the last chance, only two qualify out of the last chance. So the object is to qualify this round. Give yourself a little bit of time before you go into single elimination. Heat one, round one. Shotman, Turkelson, Topinka, Dubasharev, Yoshimura, Masuda, and Nick Kimin all the way out there in lane 8, which is where he stomped the competition in round 3 from lane 8. Round 4 underway, elite men, heat 1. Here we go, Nick Kimin off to a great start. Already a bike and maybe a bike and a half ahead as he hops into the first corner. He's grabbing some pedals in the corner. Kimin, Shotman, Yoshimura, 1, 2, and 3. Yoshimura's got some heat on him, which I believe, actually Yoshimura dropping back to third. So maybe that's Turkelson in third. We'll have to get a check, that is. But Kimin all the way in front, the crowd going crazy. Kimin showing everyone how it's done, putting on a clinic here for the rest of the crew, just coasting around the last corner. He's going to take it in rather easily. Kimin, Shotman, Turkelson, and Yoshimura will get the qualifying positions.
Yeah, definitely a popular lap there. Nick Kimin taking the win. Our Dutch BMX fans in the stands, very, very happy about that one. And that first moto contained no less than 3 national champions and 1 continental champion. So stacked from the beginning, and there is your official result. Nick Kimin taking the win, Mitchell Shotman in 2, Jimmy Thurkelson in 3, and Yoshimura of Japan going through in 4. Heat number 2 winding itself up on top of the 8-meter hill. And we have Alfredo Campo, had a great day yesterday, Axel Webster from Germany, Andrade from Brazil, Jeremy Smith from the USA, Araya from Chile, Amadou Mir out of France, and Cole McConey from New Zealand. Well, Alfredo Campo couldn't have had a better day than he had yesterday without actually taking the win, so he's got a great start. 2.54 seconds to the bottom of the hill. One rider's gone down on that first straight, not quite sure it was, might have been not quite McConey. He's there in third at the moment. Amadou Mir sat there in 2, but the rider leading it out is Alfredo Campo. Campo still holding on to it. Mir's looking to make some moves in that second turn, can't quite make it stick. Webster in there in 4th and trying to make a move down the 3rd straight. He's trying to work his way on the inside of McConey. Can he get him into the final corner? No, he can't. Still Alfredo Campo though. He's going to take this one to the line. Campo's looking good for Ecuador. He's going to go through. Amadou Mir lunges. He takes that 2nd spot. McConey with a great lap in 3 and Webster in 4.
Great ride by Campo. Good ride by Mir as well, looking to find his feet after his sabbatical from last year. He's back on the World Cup circuit.
Jeremy Smith unlucky to take a tumble, but he is up and okay and rolling around to the finish to try again in the last chance qualifier.
It's got to be frustrating for Smith. Been putting in a lot of work, as evidenced by his edits that we see on Instagram. Crowd clapping. Happy to see someone get up on their own and ride off the track after a crash. So the Netherlands crowd very exhibiting good sportsmanship.
Yeah, some nice polite applause.
There's your official Campo, Mir, Makoni, Webster. They will move on through as we move on up to heat number 3. Renkarel, Kadyshev, Krasevskis, Hubert, Hashimoto, Martin, and Fala. Jeremy Renkarel wanting to continue on a great weekend, actually. Round second day, he's at it again, straight into the first turn and first, followed by Krasevskis and Kadyshev. Kadyshev now taking it over from Krasevskis. So it's going to be Renkarel putting on a show, looking really strong heading into the second corner. Taking a little break, actually, coming out, but definitely strong lead from him, followed by the Russian of Kadyshev with Webster or Krasevskis in third. So Renkarel, strong as ever. The French contingent making them proud with the win, followed by Kadyshev, Krasevskis, and Fala getting in there.
Yeah, Emilio Fala not quite as coordinated as he was yesterday, Jason.
You just liked that kit better.
Definitely stood out. I am a sucker for a good kit. So Jeremy Renkarel taking the win, Alexander Kadyshev in 2, Krasevskis of Australia in 3, and Emilio Fala in 4.
He's a good fella. A dad joke every now and then.
Yeah,
is okay.
Absolutely. Heat number 4 lining up. Kai Sakibara from Australia, Karen Larson from the USA, Alexei Denilola from France, Michael Byers from New Zealand, Ross Cullen out of Great Britain, Alejandro Quimpena from Spain, and Bohuslavek from the Czech Republic. Number 4 of round 1, elite men underway. Kai Sakibara on the inside, looking like he's got a great start, as is Case Stindl from the outside. Cameron Larson just tucking underneath and working his way into that 2 spot. Where is Ross Cullen? He's in there at about 5 or 6 at the moment. He's got a little bit of work to do, but it is the Australian Kai Sakibara leading it into the second turn. Nice, smooth and in control, takes it quite low. Stindl's winding it up to make a move down that third straight. Can he pick up a position off Larson? He's chasing him down. He's on the inside going into the final turn. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. Oh, just touches slightly with Cameron Larson. So Stindl holding on to it. Pressure coming. He's lost a little bit of momentum. Who's going to get it at the line? Denis Laula from France coming through with a late steel fist bumps to say, well done, mate. That was a good one. Michael Byers in there as well.
Larson really needs to get over that step up. That caused him some trouble yesterday. Just doesn't seem to be carrying as much momentum around the track as he would like, but definitely not due to lack of speed. Sakibara, Denny Lawler, Stindl, Kim Penna getting through. Disappointing for Larson, but he will be back, I'm sure. Next up, heat number 5, Graf, Dubois, Tugas, Grazian, Link, Van Doren, and Oigema. David Graf, no surprise, he's going to go straight to the front down the first straight. Fellow, I think, no, that's not a fellow Swiss rider. That's a Canadian rider of Tugas. Tugas looking strong lately. We'll see how far he gets in the program today. He's actually trying to make up some ground on Graf. We have a race already. Graf shuts him down heading into the second corner, letting him know that he is the veteran. Tugas, though, moving back. So it's going to be Graf, Tugas, 1 and 2 in and out of the last corner. As they bring it down, they're going to go the same way down the rhythm this last straightaway. Graf, Tugas, Dubois, and Link.
lap there for David Kraft taking the win. Alex Tugas into Corentin Dubois in 3. Mark Link going through in 4. Everybody else will be making their way to the last chance qualifier a little bit later on. Heat number 6. Lining up, we have Roman Meyer from France, Pavel Malichenko from Russia, Mattia Furlan from Italy, Zuleta from Colombia, Medeiros from Brazil, Mayhew from France, Philip Svanberg from Sweden, and Louis Brettauer from Germany. Romain Meillet on the inside doing this one for France, although he's dressed in red today, not the traditional French blue. Making himself stand out, but it's his countryman, Roman Meillet, who's taken the lead. Meillet in 2nd. Louis Brettauer working his way into 3, and Malichenko, the Russian rider, in there in 4, but coming under pressure from the Italian rider. That'll be Mattia Furlan. So Furlan looking for a move in that turn. Can he make it happen? No, he gets leaned on by the Russian rider, so he's holding on to it, Malichenko, as they go down that 3rd straight. Mattia Furlan getting slightly out of control, so it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make the move. But meanwhile, out front, Roman Meillet, he's going to bring this one to the line. And Roman Meillet in 2nd, so a French 1-2. Look like Brettauer in 3 and Malichenko going through in 4.
Official Mayhew, Meillet, Brettauer, and Malichenko. So the French starting off strong today. We move on to heat number 7. Number 7 is going to bring us Daudet, Peel, Webster, Cristofoli, Nakai, Catenacci, Kivett, and DeVecchi. Any word on relation to Manuel DeVecchi?
Not that I know of.
Okay. We'll have to do our research. Out of the gate they go. Maynard Peel off to a terrible start, but he's going to make use of lane 2 and find his way into the 2nd place position going into the 1st corner. Meanwhile, Joris Daudet is wanting to check out. It's going to be Daudet, Peel, Nakai all the way down the 2nd straight. Daudet really spreading some mustard on this one. Don't know where that phrase came from, but definitely winning very strongly heading down this 3rd straightaways. Peel's finding some room now, finding his speed on the track, but it's going to be Daudet as he cruises it in, followed by Peel, Webster, and Nakai.
So the French definitely picking up where they left off yesterday. Strong laps early on, and there is your official result. Joris Daudet taking the win. Maynard Peel of New Zealand in 2, Webster in 3, and Nakai in 4.
Get it? Joris Daudet, French, mustard, spreading. Anyways.
Yeah.
Look, it's
It's
if
early.
the joke is so bad, it's actually good.
It is good.
Okay.
Start list for heat number 8. Pilar Tonabize, Tomizoli, Yoshi, Correa, Simba Darnand, Oscar Schilling, and Arnaud Chauvin. 1, 2, 3, 4 French riders. So Pilar Tonabize and Simba Darnand in that very, very distinctive purple kit, working his way down that 1st straight from the outside, trying to make a move on Pilar. Can't quite make it stick, so Darnand just getting squeezed by Pilar as they came out of that 1st turn. So it looks like the French guys are going 1, 2, and 3, because that's Tristan Tonabize in that 3rd spot at the moment. Where are the Italians? They've got a lot of work to do, but it is Pilar, Darnand, Tonabize, and Correa, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pilar aboard that 130 bike, bringing it out of that final turn. He's looking good. I think Simba Darnand's just going to settle in behind him for that 2nd spot. He's going to take the 2. Tonabize is going to take the 3. And Correa of Colombia 4.
Pilar and Darnand definitely putting in some work as they've been looking quite impressive these last few rounds. That's your official Pilar, Darnand, Tournebise, and Arenas. Heat number 9, Harmsen, Buti, Verbinen, Verhoog, Naverstad, Evans, Meyer and Babrice. That'll be Joris Harmsen coming out of lane 1. We'll see if he's going to make good use of it. Evans with a good shot out on the outside. Evans looks like he wants to file into second place, but Naverstad's going to have something to say about that. Evans fighting back for that second place. Naverstad leaving the door open. Didn't quite shut the door down on Evans. Don't want to leave it open. And now Naverstad's getting dove on again by the Swiss rider. That'll be Booty. Meanwhile, Harmsen is all by himself up front. Evans closing in. Naverstad looking like he wants a little bit more, so now Booty might be in trouble for that last spot. And Harmsen's going to bring it in for the easy qualification, followed by Evans, Naverstad, and Booty possibly getting the fourth.
Yeah, 2 riders going down on that first straight. Elias Verbinnen of Belgium being one of them. He's just picking himself up now, walking away. Big impact when you're doing about 40 miles an hour. So let's hope he's all right. We're just going to get another quick look at this. Everything just went slightly pear-shaped over that triple. The rider behind just tagging him, and he took both of them down as they went across that first jump.
I think the word is splayed out.
There is your official result. Joris Harmsen, Kyle Evans, Torin Naverstad, and Cedric Booty, all inside the top 4, and will be moving through to the 16ths. Number 10, next up, Bart van Bemmelen. He took a bit of an impact in practice, so he's managed to get himself to the start gate, which is good. Roman Racine, Kai White, James Palmer, Tatsumi Matsushita, Karl Lenegard, Christian Kriegers, and Niles Bensick. Your winner of round number 2 in Manchester, Kai White of Great Britain. He's looking to lead this one out into the turn. He's in with a good shout of getting a hole shot in this one. Bensick on the inside. That looks like the rider going through on the outside. That'll be Christus Kriegers. So Kriegers working his way into that 2 spot. But Kai White of Great Britain leading it out. Looks like James Palmer of Canada's trying to work his way in around the outside. He's back there in 4 now, chasing down the French rider. That'll be Karl Lenegard. Oh, sorry, Roman Racine. I do apologise. But Kai White of Great Britain from Christus Kriegers, those guys 1 and 2 into the final turn. James Palmer making moves. He looks like he's going to hold on to 3. Here comes a late charge from the Dutch rider. Can't quite make it stick. White, Kriegers, Palmer, Racine, Van Bemmelen in 5.
Good finish by Kai White. You see the down rider just making his way off the track.
Nice to see Kai making his presence felt on the first straight as well as the last.
Yeah. So White, Kriegers, Palmer, and Racine, they will move on from heat number 10. Heat number 11, we'll see Vandenberg, Kimmin, Schaub, Schunk, Manier, Ramirez, the Magician, and Pettit. I suppose I should say Petit, since he's from France.
Yep.
Vandenberg and Kimmin, the young Kimmin, in lanes 1 and 2. Petit on the outside in the blue, gonna watch him. But looks like Dave Vandenberg has found some rocket fuel as he jumps straight to the front. Vandenberg and Kimmin 1 and 2. Dutch Army in front, in control. This is their track, so they're showing us all how to ride it. Petit looks like he might be moving back to 5th. That'll be unfortunate if he doesn't make something happen. Ramirez, the Colombian, he's in 3rd. New kit on, didn't quite recognize him. Still Vandenberg, followed by Kimmin. Dutch crowd cheering loud. Ramirez and Schaub.
Great lap there for the Dutch riders. Going 1-2, keeping our home crowd sat there in the stands, nice and happy. Nice to see the stands quite full. There is your result, Dave Vandenberg, Justin Kimmin, Ramirez and Philip Sharp going inside the top 4.
My bad, that was not the Magician because that was Juan Ramirez versus Carlos Ramirez, so my apologies.
Okay, next up, P12, Palominos, Federico Villegas, Mathis Rago Richard, Nick van der Poot, Dylan Gobert, Michael Boyle, Axel Linnegard, and Inkong Song from Thailand. So we've got a strong South American contingent in this one, and they are both on the inside. And Rago, try that one again, Rich. Mathis Rago Richard just getting cut off as they go down the first straight. So it's Palominos and Villegas going 1 and 2. The French are 3 and 4 at the moment because Linnegard is in there as well. Axel Linnegard, brother of Carl. But the South American guys having their own battle out front at the minute, and it's Palominos out of Chile who's winning it because he's got Villegas right there on his inside, and Villegas is working his way in. He's going to take him into that final turn, just ducks his way underneath. Palominos tucks in behind. French riders 3 and 4, pressure coming from Linnegard down that final straight. Mathis Rago Richard's going to hang on for 3. Damien Gobert coming through for 4.
Great ride by Fede Villegas. Struggled with some injury last year, so it's good to see him getting back to form and winning that lap, as evidenced by his first place qualification in heat number 12. Rodriguez, Rago Richard also getting through. Go back up to the hill. We see Shipper, Schmidt, Trey White, Glazers, Quillen Isidore, McLean, Carey, and Knapp. Two Team GB riders in this one. Looks like Trey White had a good initial pop. Let's see if him and Quillen Isidore can put on a show. Trey White drops to the back, but Quillen Isidore straight to the front. So Trey White stuck in 3rd, possibly now going back to 5th. But Quillen Isidore saying, I'm not going to make the same mistakes I made yesterday. I'm just going to take charge from early on. So it's going to be Isidore and Shippers 1 and 2 as they run away from the rest of the pack. Schmidt and Glazers 3 and 4. But right now, going into the last corner, it is Isidore followed by Shippers. Isidore managing to stay up this time in the last turn. So Isidore with a double manual into the finish line, followed by Shippers, Schmidt, and Glazers.
Yeah, so 2 different tails for the Great Britain riders in that one. Quillen Isidore working his way through with a win, and Trey White just got cut off out of that first turn and couldn't make his way through the second straight at all. So he's going to have to come back via the last chance qualifier. I'm sure he'll have what it takes to get into the top 2. Trey will be disappointed with that one. I'm sure he'll bring it back later on. Quillen Isidore taking the win. Jay Shippers in 2, Julian Schmidt in 3, and Edvards Glazers rounding out the top 4. Heat 14. This includes the national champion of the USA, Corbin Sherrard, Gil Brunner, Rock and Roll, Coltizar, Suarez from Colombia, Nagasako from Japan, Sane from Thailand, Renaud Blanc, and Marco Jaquel, I think that is, from Germany. Corbin Sherrard wearing the national champion sleeve, stars and bars on his arm. So as Heat 14 goes down that hill, riders moving across from the outside, everybody funneling in towards the inside, but it is Corbin Sherrard, the 2017 world champion, who's got this one. Renaud Blanc in there in 2, doing it for Switzerland, coming under pressure from the Japanese rider though as well, and it looks like another Swiss rider in 4, that'll be Gil Brunner. So Brunner rounding out the top 4, 2 Swiss guys in there, and they will be very pleased with that one. The German rider in there in 5, that will be Marco Jaquel, but out front Corbin Sherrard, he's got this one, he's bringing it down the final straight. Renaud Blanc looking like he's good for the 2 spot. Brunner making a move for 3. Is he going to get the Japanese rider on the line? Ooh, not quite. Nagasako just holding on for the 3. What a great lap for Corbin Sherrard. Rock and Roll, Coltizar. He's going to have to go to the LCQ.
There's your official, Shira, Wonk, Nagasaka, and Bruner. Everyone else relegated to the last chance. Moving on through the program, heat number 15, we look up the hill. Klashenko, Peluard, Sousa, Ponomarev, Pointon, Borel, Malenfant, and Dumi. Looks like it is a heated race as D'Souza battling with Peluard for first place. We'll see if D'Souza gets hung out to dry. No, he's going to tuck into second place, so it's going to be Peluard, D'Souza, and Klashenko with Ponomarev jumping into fourth place. We'll see if he can hold on. D'Souza seems to be dropping back. He's going to go from second to fourth as the Russians are just bullying him around the track. So D'Souza hoping to hold on to fourth place. Meanwhile, the Russians are making way through the last corner in second and third place as Peluard leads him into the finish line. D'Souza holding on for fourth. So it's going to be Peluard, Klashenko, Ponomarev, and D'Souza. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, the Russians definitely all over the back of the South American in that one. And if there's something you don't want behind you, it's the Russian army charging after you. So, as the clouds clear here in Papendal and the sun begins to shine, there is your official result. Vincent Peluard taking the win. Yevgeny Klashenko into Ponomarev in 3 and D'Souza in 4. Heat number 16 will be the next one. Ramirez and Abeleda from Colombia, along with Carlos Oquendo. 3 Colombians in this one. Matthias Verhoeven from Belgium, Balbach from Germany, Tromp from the Netherlands, Peters from the Netherlands, and de Rom from France. Jonas Balbach, the national champion of Germany, in the middle there on that 147 plate.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
So the 3 Colombians with the collective horsepower all in there, charging down the first straight with the Belgian rider Verhoeven trying to get into the mix as well, but it is Colombia going 1 and 2 in the turn. Abeleda in 1, Ramirez in 2, Verhoeven in 3. That's de Rom in there in 4, but he's coming under a little bit of pressure at the moment. So we're looking for the German rider as well, which is Balbach. He's back there with some work to do, but it's Colombia going 1, 2, and 3. Heading down towards the final turn. All they've got to do is get round without taking each other out. Oh, it was close as they went into the turn. The elbows were touching, but they're bringing it towards the line. Colombia are going to go 1 and 2 in this one. Ramirez, Abeleda, Verhoeven, and Oquendo. So success for Colombia in that moto. All going through. Jonas Balbach. That didn't quite work for the German national champion. He's going to have to come back and have another go a little bit later on.
We gaan eens even kijken waar de Nederlanders uiteindelijk terecht zijn gekomen. Ik heb het idee dat ze eigenlijk in de laatste chance nog eventjes iets moeten gaan vertonen. Hier is de bevestiging.
There is your official. So the magician in this lap winning that one, followed by Arboleda, Verhoeven, and Oquendo.
Zij mogen zo de bak in de laatste chance zo dadelijk hier op het circuit van Papendal.
Next up, heat number 17, Molina, Strasdans, Tahiko, Clerté, Bujaki, Gamut, Ballerini, and Godet. Lady Clerté having a rough day yesterday, going down in the last quarter, in the quarter during round 3, excuse me, in the last corner.
Random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Gonzalo Molina having a relatively quiet time in Papendal, the Netherlands. However, this moto, it looks like he's entering the first turn in first. Clerté trying to find his groove as he tucks in for second place. He was kind of expecting someone to hit him, but no one came through. So it's going to be Molina and Clerté, 1 and 2, jumping into the second quarter over the pro set, over the berm. As they go take this big step, it's going to be Molina, Clerté, the Australian of Tahiko, followed by the Latvian of Strasdans. So 4 up and 4 to go, barring anything catastrophic. This will be how they qualify as they make waste of the rest of the group.
Yeah, good lap there from Brandon Tahiko. Didn't get the best of starts and just struggled down that first straight. He was boxed in that first turn, but he's brought it round in the rest of the lap and qualified inside the top 4. So he'll be more than happy with that one, I think.
Molina from Argentina, showing his experience. Really is a senior statesman in that Argentina team along with Villegas.
There is your official result. Gonzalo Molina taking the win. Tahiko in 2, so lunged at the line and got that one. Eddie Clerté in 3, Mika Strasdins in 4. Heat 18, lining up on the gate, Renato Rezende of Brazil, Jared the Jet Garcia of the USA, Norbrechen from Switzerland, Yamaguchi, Rosa, Milano, Van Langfeld, and Kieran Vordan from France.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
So the man who brought you the onboard footage earlier on, that is Renato Rezende. He's right there on the inside, but next to him he's got Jared the Jet Garcia and Shane Rosa making a move from the outside. So Garcia getting the whole shot, Rosa in there in 2. Renato Rezende has ducked his way in, and Rosa's been relegated. He's gone back to 3, and that looks like the Japanese rider working his way into 4, but he's coming under pressure as well in the turn because the 3-4-3 is trying to work his way in. That'll be Noah Breschen out of Switzerland. But it is Rezende and Garcia into the final turn. Rezende's got the inside. He's going to get it. Rezende, Garcia, Shane Rosa. Oh, and the Swiss rider getting slightly out of control down that final straight. He's managed to hold on to it, though. Noah Breschen taking that 4th with Milano in 5. Good lap for Shane Rosa. He was saying this morning that he is still a little bit banged up from the crash he had yesterday. So I'm sure he'll be happy to go through in the first round.
The official Rezende, Garcia, Rosa, and Breschan. Moving on, we're going to see heat number 19. Sharek, Andre, Garayan, Heil, Gargaglia, Roy, Bertagnoli, and Calixto.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
Down the hill they go. Paddy Sharek not off to the best start, but he's going to make use of that inside lane and find his way into second place into the first corner. Junior world champion Garayan going straight to the back of the pack. Don't know what happened there. Whoa, getting a little crooked. Sharek does in the second straight. Cases the jump. He has to roll through. He's going to be done, so it's all Sylvain Andre by himself, followed by the German rider. That would be Heil, I believe. Stefan Heil in second place, and who knows where 3rd and 4th place may be. It's wide open. I think Sharek might have found his way back into 3rd. Don't know how that happened. Probably one of the most tiring laps he's had. So it's going to be Andre Heil as we wait for 3rd place. That's Sharek and Gargaglia getting through. What a wild ride for them.
Yeah, there was a little bit of craziness went on in that second straight. Sharek couldn't quite get over the jump, but I think a couple of people had gone down behind him, and the resulting chaos meant that Paddy Sharek could actually hold on to the position. So, yeah, he got pretty lucky in that one, but I'm sure he'll be grateful for that luck as it's taken him through to the 16th.
Yeah. So, there we go. So, Paddy Sharek getting crooked over that first double, and then casing, which is not making it all the way over the second one, not leaving him enough speed to hit the berm jump, so he had to roll through. Thank you for the replay on that. Rich, would you rather be lucky or good?
I'd like to be both.
Well, that wasn't the question.
I'll settle for good.
Yeah?
Because good is something you control, luck is something that you can't.
Well, what about the gooder you get? Yeah, I said gooder.
Yeah.
The luckier you become.
There's your official Andre Heil, Sharek Gargaglia making up the top 4. Next up, E20, Potma, Van Gent, both out of the Netherlands, Rashuskin from Russia, Molina from Chile, Rui Hin San from France, Sagers from Belgium, Hara Tawan from Thailand, and Kikuchi from Japan. Just momentarily on hold by one of our riders is assisted from the track, just our medical team, making sure that everybody's okay. Just gives me the opportunity to say, if you want to get in touch via the official UCI BMX Instagram and Twitter, it's UCI_BMX_SX. And use the hashtag UCI BMXWC on all your posts,
Let us know what your predictions are.
and we'll be able to see that.
A little bit of sunshine once again.
Had a shout out come through from Abby Pike 04 on Instagram. She just wants to say good luck to all the GB guys from Abby and Ava Pike. So thanks, Abby, for getting in touch.
Last chance qualifying option. Only 2 from the last chance qualifiers will go through.
Het is de Italiaan Pietro Bertagnoli die daar van de baan af wordt gevoerd. Verder verzorging nodig heeft buiten de baan.
Yeah, so definitely feel free to send us your race predictions and your questions and your comments and things of that nature. Let us know what you're thinking. UCI_BMX_SX on Instagram and Twitter, or direct to Jason and myself at real.jrich and at BMX Commentator on Instagram. Make sure you hashtag UCI BMXWC.
Most people in the U.S. are just waking up right now.
Mooi om die goed
Although it's
te
Sunday.
zien vandaag hier op Papendal.
So, in the United States, it's Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to all of
Straks
the
om 4:15 trouwens een grote break.
mothers out there.
Even kijken wat Friend Festival.
Just as Brits who are awkward and do Mother's Day earlier in the year.
Heerlijk eten. Dus neem straks om de kwart voor 4 even een kijkje op het festivalterrein.
When's Mother's Day in the UK?
Mid-March, normally.
En het starthek.
That's the wrong day.
Heat 20, Tino Potma, Twan van Gent, Ryushkin, Molina, Hinsa, Segers, Haratawan and Kikuchi.
Random start. Ready, watch the gate.
Oh, Twan van Gent looked like he just wobbled ever so slightly as that gate dropped, but he's not stopped him taking the lead with a 2.518 down the hill into turn number 1. So Twan van Gent's got this one at the moment. Looks like Segers in 2, Potma in 3, Molina going through in 4, but it's all about Twan van Gent and another Dutch rider working the way in. That'll be Potma who's worked his way into 2. So Potma looking for a way around. Molina of Chile going through in 3s on the outside of Potma as they head down the straight. Twan van Gent coming under pressure now into the final turn. The Russian Ryushkin's in there as well. He's worked his way into 3, so down the final straight. Van Gent's going to hold on to it. He's going to take it at the line. Van Gent takes the win. Potma for 2, Ryushkin for 3, and Molina of Chile in 4.
I believe there's a strong headwind on the second straightaway because Twan van Gent almost didn't make it over the berm jump. And then this coming off of Paddy Sherrick moto before. So Twan van Gent, Tino Potma, and Mikhail Ryushkin, along with Mauricio Molina, making it through that round. So the next time we see the men's elite, it will be the last chance qualifier, and only 2 people will make it through out of each heat, and then single elimination. Next up, women elite, round number 1. 4th or better will send you forward in the program. If not, then they will be relegated to the last chance qualifier. The sun shining brightly on the second turns here at the UCI BMX Supercross World Cup in Papendal, the Netherlands, in the province of Gelderland.
So we've had a couple of riders who've kind of almost been capable of going through straight to the 16th, who have ended up in the last chance qualifier, Jason. In terms of obviously the efforts that they put in over the course of the day, they've got to put another full lap effort in. How much of an effect would that have kind of later in the day, do you think? Do you think it's negligible? Do you think it really causes a problem as they get towards the finals, if they're lucky to get that far?
I think it could cause a problem. It's contingent on several things. Level of fitness, one, and possibly the reason why you didn't make it out of the first lap. Maybe you crashed and you're sore. Maybe there was a crash, you had to walk and race out of the track and just barely made it, which would take away from the energy level going in. Check out the Russian diving in the first corner for second place. Ren Carell just putting on a show out there, looking ever so calm, cool, and collected around the track. Very consistent. But then I also think going to that last chance could also be a good reset. Maybe you didn't get the lap you wanted, like Rock and Roll Cole Tizar. He just kind of shut down after the first turn and looked like he's saving his energy for the last chance because it wasn't worth fighting it out on that first lap. So we'll see, just like we're watching Kai Sakakibara in the replay from round 1. Looking quite strong down the first straight these days. Cam Larson in second place, as you see here. And Kai Sakakibara holding on to his win. And right here, you see Cam Larson. He doesn't get over this step up. And that's where all hell breaks loose for him as he starts getting swarmed on by the German rider, who takes advantage, slows him down there. And then Larson starts to drop back even further, which is unfortunate because he had a really great start.
Yeah, I was chatting with Michael Bias of New Zealand earlier on today, and he was saying that you know, the track speed is all important as you're going around this track, and the fact that if you even make one slight mistake or tap the brake for any reason, he said you just get swarmed. He said you can go from like second or third to 8th in the blink of an eye. So it does demonstrate how important it is just to keep that momentum through all of these straights.
But I think Michael's opinion is biased.
Have we got any more dad jokes today?
I'm just going to keep going
have
with
you,
it.
Have you got a
It's,
book?
it's Mother's Day, so I'm going to do a bunch of dad jokes.
I think you've got a secret stash of dad jokes, you know, tucked away somewhere.
They're so bad.
You're
They're
just
so
pulling them
bad.
out at random, Jason.
Speaking of dads, new dad Joris Daudet, looking like being a new dad has not phased him, possibly even energized him some more, as that is one heck of a lead he has on the rest of the pack, huh?
For sure. Maynard Peel of New Zealand going well in that one as well.
Junior world champion 2016, I believe.
Yeah, if I remember correctly. I think it's taken him a little bit of time just to get comfortable in the elite men ranks.
I feel like he took a break as well. We didn't see him on the circuit for a while. And then,
I think that was for injury reasons.
yeah, for injury reasons.
But either way, it's good to have him back and challenging in the elite men category.
So this is Pollard and Darnan. Darnan with that purple kit. Looking pretty clean there.
Yeah, definitely stands out, which is always a bonus. As long as you stand it out for the right reasons. Arthur Pilard just taking the moto in front of Simba Darnand, Tristan Tournebize, so there's a French 1, 2, 3 in that particular moto. Elias Verbinden having the opposite look in the moto afterwards. Luckily he walked away from that one. And just from our commentary position we can see the elite women walking up the back of the start hill, up the steps, so we will be going racing with them very, very shortly. Kai White out front, doing it for Great Britain. I'm sure Mum Tracy's at home, shouting at the TV. And supporting both her boys here this weekend.
Corbin Chara had a rough day yesterday, coming unclipped. I believe it was the quarter or semi. He came unclipped out of the gate.
Yep.
So he never really got a chance to get started yesterday. Not to his standard. So he's looking to make a better day. This was an interesting lap with the 3 Colombians and the Belgium rider whose jersey almost looks the same.
Yeah.
Arboleda seems to always be pedaling, whether it's in the air or on the ground. Another good battle here between Garcia, the American, and Renato Rezende, the Brazilian. Rosa seemed to have had the edge on him going down the first straight, but just couldn't quite get all the way over to shut him
Het
down.
zonnetje is gelukkig weer terug hier. Lieve Papendal. De regenbuik is voorlopig verdreven. Ik zou zeggen, zet de tempo
Sylvain
op.
Andre seems like he got a bit more rest last night. And
Het is tijd voor de dames.
sleep deprivation from having a new baby hasn't quite kicked in yet, so we'll look for some good performances from him
Voor de
today.
kwalificatierace.
Things definitely brightening up here now in Papendal, the Netherlands. I have to say, Jason, I haven't seen Papendal track look quite this good. It always looks good, but this weekend it seems to have looked extra good. It looks brilliant. No matter where you stand kind of around the track, you're in the grandstand, you can see pretty much everything that's going on. So from a spectator's point of view, it's certainly a plus. Some of our younger spectators there just getting stuck into the frites and mayonnaise. And we're moving on to Women Elite.
Judy Bao, Merle Van Bentham, Bethany Schriever, Howell, Peterson, and Natalia Afremova. Heat 1, Women Elite.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
Judy Bao coming off of that win in round 3, although Bethany Schriever wanting to make up for having such a terrible day yesterday. She and her will go into the first corner, first and second. So it's Bao, Schriever, and Afremova in third, with Van Bentham, I believe, in fourth place, looking to make up some ground and ensure her qualification position out of this lap. Meanwhile, Judy Bao and Bethany Schriever are definitely taking control of this lap. Afremova in third, Merle Van Bentham. Looks like the top 4 is going to be a what you see is what you get situation, barring anything catastrophic, as they qualify in just that order. Bao, Schriever, Afremova, and Van Bentham.
Yeah, that's a great start for Beth Schriever. Didn't have the best first lap yesterday, but she certainly made up for it today. Benita Peterzone just bringing herself across the line. Not quite the lap she wanted. The national champion of Latvia. And there's your official result. Judy Bao, Bethany Schriever, Natalia Afremova even, and Merle Van Bentham, all inside the top 4. Moving on, heat number 2, Women Elite. Laura Smulders, your reigning world champion from the Netherlands. Manon Valentino, winner of the first round at Manchester. Gabrielle Carrillo, Nadia Pries, Priscilla Stevo. Buldinska and Manon Veenstra.
Random start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
I think we've switched this around slightly because this has come up on my sheets as heat number 3. So Laura Smulders working her way down the inside into turn number 1. That's Manon Valentino right there behind her. Priscilla Stevo of Brazil. She's worked her way into 3. Now Nadia Pries of Germany in 4. But it's all about the world champion, the World Cup champion. One of the most consistent riders in BMX. Laura Smulders had a slightly tough start even to the start of the season. But she's making up for it on this lap. She's coming under pressure though from Manon Valentino, looking very smooth into that final turn. Just manages to hold her off. Priscilla Stevo, Brazil, looking nice and in control in 3. And that's a great lap for Nadia Pries of Germany. She's going to come in 4 across that line with the Colombian in 5th.
163. Valentino in 2.
Must have been some kind of issue at the top of the hill.
Could have been a flat tire,
Could
or
have been.
mechanical or clerical issue. Smulders, Valentino, Stevo, and Priest, they will be your qualifiers out of that round, that heat. We go back up to the hill. We're going to see Christensen, Hatakeyama, Restrepo, Pajón, Asuero, Niederhausen, Eberhard, and Gonzalez. So 3 Swiss women in this one. Only 4 are going to get through. Do you think the Swiss team will make it through this lap?
I'm sure one of them will. Let's see, shall we?
That'll be very difficult with Christensen and Pajón in the Hatakeyama with a nice initial pop. Not going to be enough power. Christensen casing the first jump. So Pahone really looking good into this first corner. It's going to be Pahone. Hatakeyama finding her way into second place with Asuero in third. But I think it's Christensen. That's going to be Christensen in third. Not sure which Colombian rider that is in fourth. But definitely we have a gold medalist, two-time gold medalist in front, and that will be Mariana Pahone. Only a couple million followers on her Instagram. Mariana Pahone taking control of this lap, followed by Hatakeyama. Christensen, they're going to bring it in that way with Restrepo for the fourth.
That's the reason I don't make predictions about races anymore.
Oh. This afternoon.
Never mind.
Done the quarters here yesterday. So making amends.
And there is, or there will be, very shortly, your official results. As we see this lovely facility here in Papendal, Mariana Pahone taking the win, Saya Takayama in 2, Simon Christensen in 3, and Restrepo of Colombia in 4. Heat number 5 contains Saya Sakakibara of Australia, Danny George of the USA, Paulo Reis Santos of Brazil, Saskia Lack of Switzerland, Sate of Thailand, Claessens of Switzerland, Tano, and that was all she wrote.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
So the World 6 of Saya Sakakibara on the inside there next door to Danny George of the USA. Looks like she's got a good start, but Ruby Huisman of the Netherlands on the outside. Oh, Sakakibara takes to the skies, and it pays for her. She gets the whole shot. Tano of Japan in 3. Zoe Claessens going through in 4, but it's all about the Australian at the moment. Coming back from a big crash in Manchester to lead out this moto here at Papendal in the Netherlands. So as they head down the straight, we are looking at Sakakibara in 1, the Dutch rider in 2, Tano's going well in 3. Claessens still in 4. Danny George frustrated in 5. Doesn't look like she's going to have the time to pull it back, so she's going to have to go through to the LCQ. Saya Sakakibara takes it. Ruby Huisman in 2. Tano in 3. Claessens in 4. And George in 5.
Danny George seems to be struggling a bit here in Papendal. Unlikely for her. Very uncharacteristic, I should say. There's your official: Sakakibara, Huisman, Tano, and Claessens. George, Lack, Sate, and Reis Santos relegated to the last chance qualifier. Back up to the hill, Camille Mayer, Curtis, Tuxer, Kit Wanistasian, Stancil, Escobar, Gayhart, and Petch. That's my new favorite name, Kit Wanistasian.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Camille Mayer looking strong lately. Let's see if the 777 can take it to the finish line in first. That's going to be hard to do with Stancil, the U.S. national champion. Oh, Stancil leaving some room, not intentionally, but maybe Camille taking room. Camille Mayer taking room from Stancil. So it's going to be Mayer and Stancil battling it out as they head into the second corner. Wonder if they're going to file in or keep fighting for it. Not sure. We'll have to wait and see. So it's going to be Mayer, Stancil, Petch, Tuxer holding on to that fourth place position. She might be in trouble by the Colombian of Escobar. We'll see if there's a race at the finish for fourth. Meanwhile, up front, it is Mayer who found her way to the front past Stancil. Petch will stay in third, and Tuxer holding on for fourth.
Yeah, just about holding on the Canadian rider. She was coming under serious pressure from the Colombian down that final straight, just threw that bike at the line, and it was enough to take the fourth spot. There is your official result: Camille Mayer, Felicia Stancil going 1 and 2, Rebecca Petch in 3, and Dana Tuxer of Canada in 4. Heat number 7, Meryl Smulders, Tessa Martinez, Drew McKeelson made the final yesterday. Jui Yabuta even of Japan. Amanda Carr, Hayakawa of Japan. Emma Chateau's in this one as well, and Jessie Smith, who you can see there on the 115 plate.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Muriel Smulders of the Netherlands, she's on the inside on that 2 bike and she's heading down towards turn number 1 with a strong first straight. Got riders crowding around with the Canadian. Oh, big crash. Canadian rider going down in a huge heap. Yabuta and Carr making the most of that. They've worked into 2 and 3, but there was a huge impact. 1, 2, 3, 4 riders being collected in that first turn. So let's have a see as they go through the Smulders, Smith and Carr. 1, 2 and 3. I think it was Drew McKeelson who went down really hard in that first turn and she fell from the top to the bottom of that triple step up. Oh, a bit of an internal shudder there, even up here in the commentary box. That was a hard impact. Smulders and Smith happy with 1 and 2, waving at the camera, Jesse Smith. Amanda Carr getting a great result in 3. Looks like the 107 coming across the line. That'll be Tessa Martinez in that 4th spot with Emma Chateau in 5, but oh.
Tuxer hit hard, just coming right off the top and then essentially bouncing onto her shoulder. Hopefully she'll be okay. Just got a little bit tight. Some women jumping and some women rolling, that just wasn't enough room for all of them because they were all headed for the same 5 feet of track for the right line in the first corner. It just wasn't enough room for everyone.
Well, miraculously, it looks like everybody's managed to walk away from that impact, but you're falling from quite a height there.
Yabuta's riding off, so that's good to see. Your official from that one is Smolder Smith. Amanda Carr, Tessa Martinez getting through.
So up in the gate now, Lauren Reynolds.
Going back up to the hill, Reynolds, Lockwood, Willoughby, Alvis, Admakina, Walker, and Henri.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
Look for Elise Willoughby and Lauren Reynolds to take it to the sky heading into the first corner. We'll see if Walker takes it to the sky as well. She doesn't. That's going to hurt her as the round moves on. Oh my gosh, we have broken bike parts bouncing through the first corner. Wonder whose that was. Wonder which product we're not going to mention about that, but it's going to be Willoughby, Reynolds, Walker, 1, 2, and 3 with Lockwood, hoping to lock in that 4th place position to move on to the next round. Willoughby and Reynolds, 1 and 2, Walker in 3, as they cross the finish line with Lockwood in 4.
Well, it's not often you see a set of forks and a front wheel go bouncing through a first turn, Jason.
It's somewhat often. Often enough. Especially if they're... That was Layla Henri. Here we go. Here's the replay. Oh, looks like she took to the sky and came up short, and it just was too much math, too much physics going on for that bike to stay together. The official Willoughby, Reynolds, Walker, and Lockwood.
Believe it or not, Layla Henri has actually walked away from that
Good
impact.
credit on her for sending it on that jump.
Well, a couple of big impacts in Women Elite there. The next time we see the Elite Women, it will be the 8th finals for those. The last chance to transfer to the 8th finals. I do apologise. Where I'm sure the action will continue.
Well, let's hear from a word from our sponsors.
So make your way through.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate. Random start.
You always know ProGate's gonna fall fast and on time, and it's always gonna be on point.
All right, we are back, and we do like to thank our sponsors, ProGate, Chase, and Tioga, making this possible. What is it? Support those that support the sport.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Looks like everybody's nice and relaxed in the
Well, you
stands
know.
here in the VIP area, giving us a wave. On the
It
big
is
screen.
just finished up with round one, heading into the last chance qualifier. If you are just joining us, thank you. I'm Jason Richardson, sitting here with
Richard Eames.
Richard Eames, BMX commentator, here at the UCI BMX Supercross World Cup in Papendal, the Netherlands, in the province of Gelderland. Partly cloudy, but somehow the sun is shining on this great venue, this BMX track that we have here. Next up, men's elite, last chance qualifier. Now, while 8 people fit on the gate, most of these will have 6 to 8 people in the gate, but only 2 will qualify on to the single elimination round. So if the rider does not get second or better, they are done for the day. So heat number 1 of the last chance, men's elite, Bebbries, Hashimoto, Svanberg, Ballback, Trey White, Tomi Zioli, and Steph Van Doren. Wonder if there's any relation to the shoe company owner with the same name.
That's a very good question.
To do their genealogy. This could be a stressful time for some of these riders. Trey White finding himself in an unlikely position in the last chance qualifier. Having some good starts, but Trey White has been struggling. Once he gets to the first turn, in my opinion, he might be riding a bit timid out there. Down the gate they go. Let's see who wants it. Let's see who's going to make it happen. Trey White with a great start. He needs to move over if he wants to ensure himself the best possibility of qualifying. He does just that. White, Ballback, Bebbries. So Ballback in trouble as Bebbries jumps right by him in the second straight. Meanwhile, Trey White is wanting to check out and get away from all the drama. So it's going to be White and Bebbries. So White, Bebbries, the Latvian, Ballback now, fell back. I don't know if he's going to make it up because that's a lot of ground to make up. So barring anything catastrophic, it's going to be Trey White, followed by the Latvian of Bebbries getting through.
And as you were saying before, Jason, could just be a reset of confidence for Trey White as he moves into the 16th via the last chance qualifier. Bebbries doing really well to get past Ballback, and I'm sure Ballback will be a little disappointed with the way that lap went. So we'll have to see how he gets on in the next 2 rounds in Paris in June. There is your official result. Trey White and Helvis Bebbries of Latvia both going through to the 16th via the last chance qualifier as we move on to heat number 2. Bart van Bemmelen of the Netherlands in this one, Tatsumi Matsushita of Japan, Ryan Martin of the Great Britain team, Clovis Petit, Hugo Roy, Wouter Segers, and rock and roll Cole Teasar.
Now Cole shut it down early in round 1. He got pushed off the corner and he didn't even decide to ride the rest of the track, so we'll see if that works out for him.
So Tatsumi Matsushita, the national champion of Japan, with that rising sun on his sleeve. He's back there in about 5 at the moment. Looks like Bart van Bemmelen seems to have recovered from that crash he had in practice this morning. Looks like your prediction about rock and roll Cole Teasar seems to be paying off, Jason, because he's in there in 2, but he's coming under pressure now from Wouter Segers of Belgium, the Belgian rider working his way on the inside. And Teasar's given up another spot. He's back there in 4th because Matsushita has moved his way up into 3 and now wants to try and get the 2 off Segers. So Van Bemmelen, Segers, Holland and Belgium leading it down the final straight. Looks like it's going to finish with these 2 taking the spots in the 16th. Van Bemmelen, Segers going 1 and 2. Matsushita in 3, and it all started so well for Cole Teasar, and then it just didn't work out the way he wanted.
Just didn't get down. He needed to get more backside, push down harder or something over that second jump. And honestly, he really probably should have ridden more greedy down the first straight and moved over harder. But that's how it goes. Van Bemmelen and Segers, they will get through. Matsushita, Teasar, Martin done for the day. BMX can be cruel to even some of the best. Next up, Shunk, Burrell, Christofoli, Louis Hinsan, Smith, Dubercher-Grave, and Bensink. So Jeremy Smith going down in round 1. Not sure where he's at from level of injury or motivation right now. Oh no, someone comes out of the gate. They look like they might be done. Jeremy Smith with a great start. He's going to head into the first corner in first. In and out of the first corner in first with Shunk and Bensink in tow. Bensink looking to make a move on Shunk. It may just happen. We'll see if Bensink shuts him down. Going to be some tight racing for second place for that final position. Wow, looks like there's still a fight. They both cased the step up. Not sure what happens there. So we have a race for the final qualifying position. Jeremy Smith staying out of the drama. Bensink and Shunk still dueling it out on this last straight. Oh no, we lose Shunk. Hopefully he's okay. Bensink just making it through. Wow. Good race for second.
Definitely a good race for second. Let's hope
Oh.
our fallen rider's okay.
Yeah, that going, well, crashing anywhere is not great, but it seemed like when he crashed into the takeoff, the lip of that jump.
Tristan Borrell, de guy van Swiss. Kijk nog even naar het vervingen in de valpartijtje. Ook Rune de Burggraven, de man uit België. Inmiddels alweer op de been.
101 of Rune de Burggraven, Belgium, just even pausing on the way past, just to remove a bike and get it out of the way.
Die andere man was Kevin Schuck namens Zwitserland.
And you might just see it in the background of the official results. Just got caught there on the top of that jump on the lip and hit the upside of the next one. That was a harsh impact. Jeremy Smith had no such problems. He was just working his way across the finish line, making his way into the 16th, as you can see there with Niels Bensink just behind in 2.
So as a rider sitting on the gate, waiting, not only does it interrupt your possible ritual that you may have before you get on the gate, but knowing this is the last chance, knowing you want to qualify, knowing how nervous and or scared you may be, and then seeing someone crash, and then having to wait longer and possibly think about it and or interrupt your ritual. There's a whole set of skills you want to employ at this point before you get on the gate so that you can still be at your best, even though the routine has been interrupted.
Yeah, we just want to send out our best to Kevin Shunk. Let's hope he's okay, and all this is just a precautionary measure. We have the best possible medical care here at the UCI BMX Supercross World Cup. Our athletes well looked after.
Enjoy the day here with us. There's also an autograph session going on, so don't miss out on.
Don't forget, if you want to check out the official social channels of the UCI BMX Supercross Series, UCI_BMX_SX on Twitter and Instagram. And
let us know your predictions.
yeah, hashtag your post UCI BMXWC, hashtag UCI BMXWC. Let us know what you're thinking. What's going on? Give us your predictions if you want to. We're always happy to listen. Got a shout out coming in from Dave Goldberg, father of UK rider Austin Goldberg. Hello from Scotland, you're doing a great job and good luck to all the riders. Austin's done his training at Cumbernauld and they're watching with a brie and a biscuit. Well, that is the best way to watch BMX Supercross. Michael Scruton wants to know.
Is that an English biscuit or an American biscuit?
It will be an English biscuit, that one.
So that means it's like sweet? See, now, for instance, Rock and Roll Cold Teasar just raced, and he's from North Carolina, so their family might be eating a biscuit. I doubt it, because I think they're gluten-free now. But if they were eating a biscuit, it would be biscuits and gravy. Anyways, heat number 4, Quentin Derome, Valentin Dumi, Topinka, Calixto, Chauvin, Bunsan, and Vandeput.
Those are the guys lined up for heat number 4.
I, by the way, just for the record, like both sweet and savory biscuits.
Easy please,
So
Jason.
well, you know, I'm worldwide. I don't discriminate biscuits.
Had some more questions come in from Mike Scruton. We'll get to those a little bit later on when we get an opportunity.
You're going to leave Mike Scruton.
Gonna leave him
hanging.
hanging. Yeah, absolutely.
Heat 4, last chance, underway.
Quentin de Rom, Nick van der Poot, both in this one. Valentin Dumi and Arnaud Chauvin. But it's de Rom getting the early charge into turn number 1. One rider ducking in on the inside. Let's see who that was. It was Calixto Lopez. Dumi in 3, Chauvin in 4. But it's all about Quentin de Rom from France. He's leading this one through at the moment. Oh, somebody over jumping into that jump into the second turn. So de Rom still holding on to it. Dumi in 2, so the French going really well to Pinker from the Czech Republic, coming under pressure now, and here comes the rider in 5, trying to work his way into 4, making a move in that final turn. So it's the French duo. They're going to go 1 and 2 in this one. Pinker's going to get 3. Who's going to get the 4? It's going to be Chauvin of France.
Too bad only 2 make it. Did you forget?
I forgot about that.
I could tell. That's all right. That happened to me too in Paris last year.
Oh, get so excited.
And it was
That's what
good
is.
racing. It was
Yeah.
good racing. So it looks like someone dropped. If you watch Dumi on this in the first straight, he gets shut down. We lose someone in the first
That
straight.
was Nick van der Poot. That.
Van der Poot straight away. He goes down. At least he went down in some soft stuff over there. He's probably thinking, dang, that's not how I wanted to start this race. Seems like he's having a conversation with the medics over there, so that's all right. There's your official, de Rom and Dumi.
So qualifying through de Rom and Dumi, both the French riders getting through into that 16. A round of applause for the rider on the first circle.
I got to tell you, based on what I'm seeing so far, even from round 1, I think round 3,
Number 5.
racing yesterday here, has definitely taken its toll on the riders' energy levels.
Oh, for sure. It's a long lap, definitely compared to Manchester.
Heat number 5, Nagard, Andrade, DeVecchi, Boyle, Yamaguchi, Suarez, and Verbinen. I will definitely do my best to find out if Federico DeVecchi is related to Manuel DeVecchi, unless someone wants to tweet me or Instagram me to let me know. Out of the gate they go, down the hill. Looks like Andrade with a nice start on the out from Brazil, but he's going to go to 3rd place. That's not where he wants to be. Verbinen, though, taking control of this moto, of this heat. A little bit of a case there. I believe there's a headwind. And Lanegard, ever so French, jumping to the front in the second turn. So it's Lanegard and Verbinen holding on now. Verbinen in the bubble spot. Looks like he's going to have his work cut out for him if he wants to maintain his qualifying position. Lanegard checking out down the last straightaway as he's going to qualify through. And Verbinen holding it on with Yamaguchi and DeVecchi just missing out.
So Carl Lanegard, he'll be more than pleased to see that lap through and be inside the top 2. As the Brazilian rider, Andrade, crosses the line. Knowing that he has to come to the next round to see if he can get it done in a slightly faster fashion. Carl Lanegard taking the win in heat number 5 of the last chance qualifiers. Elias Verbinen of Belgium going through into Yamaguchi was the unlucky guy in 3. Heat 6, Axel Lanegard, Ross Cullen, Zuleta from Colombia, Tobias Mayer from Germany, Berjan Tromp from the Netherlands, and Leo Garoyan, your 2018 junior world champion out there in Baku, Azerbaijan. All in heat number 6 of the last chance qualifiers. Taking a close look at that 163 plate there on the inside that belongs to Ross Cullen now. Can Ross work his way into the top 2 and make his way into those 16th finals? He's behind Leo Garoyan. Garoyan taking the World Championships in Baku in 2018, and Ross Cullen came 5th in that very same final. So the 2 junior World Championship finalists leading this one through, but it's the French rider out in front, Leo Garoyan. Got himself about half a second on Ross Cullen as they go down that straight. Cullen's making moves as they come towards the final turn. I'm sure he'll check himself in the final turn and just hold on and take that second position. So Garayan and Cullen, they're going to go through in 1 and 2. Great lap for the junior finalists and just a little nod of appreciation as they go across the line. And it was the 36 in 3, and that was Axel Lenegard.
Last chance qualifiers, the riders having to put it all into that lap.
There's your official, Garayan and Cullen, the Young Bucks from that round getting through. We're going to keep on moving forward through the program. Cameron Larson, Oigema, Pointon, Knapp, Gamay, Verhoeven, Molenfant. Got a message from @Supercross BMX saying Cam Larson's going to kill it this lap. He's definitely poised to do so, sitting in lane 1. Sure, Errol Martin's looking on as well as she watches her boy smoke these people down the first straight. Todd Lyons would like that. He was always smoking them fools back in the 80s. But right now it's Cam Larson working to stay out of drama. Fast-moving legs. It's going to be Larson in front, going into the second corner against that headwind. Let's see if he can get over this step up. This has been his nemesis all weekend. A little bit of a case. Larson, Pointon moving in closer, but that's okay. Looks like they both have some distance on the third place rider. Larson maintaining his lead, followed by Pointon. Now Pointon having to fight it out a little bit, but he's going to get through. So it's going to be Larson, Pointon. They will move through as they get to keep their dreams alive here at the BMX Supercross World Cup.
And I'm sure Bill Ryan's got a big smile on that mustachioed face back there in California.
And his mustache is ever so glorious, let me tell you. Is it the same one since the 80s/90s? There's your official Larson and Pointon. You know, it's kind of like if you replace every board on a ship, is it the same ship? I wonder.
You'll get an answer to that question. Heat number 8 of the last chance qualifiers: Catenacci, Bias, Milano, Vordin, Ballerini, and Haratawan of Thailand. So Michael Bias of New Zealand right there next to Roman Catenacci of France, and those two guys heading down that first straight, but the rider bringing it into the first turn with Bias in second. We'll find out as they come out of there. It's Jefferson Milano of Venezuela, so the Venezuelan rider getting the whole shot and looking very, very good as they go down that straight, coming under pressure now from Michael Bias of New Zealand, just working his way around the outside. Is he going to try and duck underneath? Yes, he is. He's ducking underneath and trying to make it his move down that third straight. Here we go, battling into the final turn. Milano, Bias. Is Bias going to leave the door open for the rider in third? Not quite. He's ducking underneath again. Look at him drag racing towards the line. Bias of New Zealand's going to get it. Bias takes the win. Jefferson Milano in 2. Catenacci in 3. But the battle was out front. Michael Bias trying everything to make moves, ducking this way and that way, and he finally made it stick down the final straight.
It was good he rode that lap that way because they didn't have that big of a lead on third place. So Bias, it served him well to fight for the win on that one. Bias, Milano, they will make it through. Everyone else done until Paris. Here we go. Heat number 9, Jackal, Manier, McLean, Santos Medeiros, Schilling, and Masuda. Great start from lane 2. The German rider in lane 1 not getting a great start, but maybe he can find his way into second place. We'll see. It's going to be McLean and Manier, 1 and 2. McLean looking kind of nice coming through the second straightaway. There has been a headwind, but they all get over this jump very clean. So McLean taking his time to come out of that second corner, getting over that big step up. A little bit of a case, doesn't seem to affect him too much. Manier pulling away, securing that second place position so far. So it's McLean and Manier, 1 and 2. Looks like that's how they'll bring it in for for the only 2 qualifying positions of the last chance qualifier.
The unlucky rider in 3 there was Marco Jackal from Germany.
So confirmation for you.
Or was it Oscar Schilling? It was Marco Jackal.
Mania.
Thought my eyes were deceiving me there
Yeah.
for a split second. As Josh McLean and Meunier from France go 1 and 2.
Important news coming in. Bill Ryan says, it is the same mustache, covers a nasty scar above my top lip, where he has a scar from a kid.
All right, okay.
There we go.
Heat number 10, learn something new every day. Damien Gade, Adam Curry, Yoshi from Japan in this one. Mattia Furlan, Grazian, and Inkoklong from Thailand. So national coach and national association rider from Thailand, both in the same moto. Both got a bit of work to do at the moment as they head towards turn number 1. Mattia Furlan getting stuck in there. Looks like he's going to pick up a whole shot. He's battling with Damien Gade. So Damien Gade went from all black yesterday to all white today. And he's making his way into the front aboard that chromoly bike. The only chromoly bike in the elite ranks at the moment. He's there in 1. Furlan's in 2. Looks like the other Italian rider, that'll be Grazian. He's going through in 3. But as we know, only 2 go through in the last chance qualifiers. Looks like the French rider, Damien Gade. He's going to bring it to the line. Gade's going to get it. Mattia Furlan looking like he's going to pick up that 2.
So for perspective, I believe Damien Gade was part of the French Olympic BMX team in 2008.
I think he was, yeah.
So that's 13 years ago,
Wow.
right?
He's
No,
like
12 years ago, something like that. 8,
11.
11 years ago, yeah. It'll be 12 years next year.
It will be 12 years next year.
So Gade and Furlan get through that round, correct?
Yeah.
So Hubert, Lankveld, Bujaki, Kikuchi, Peters, and Kivit. So the last of the last chance qualifiers for the elite men right here. Bujaki straight to the front from Hungary. Bujaki been looking quite strong lately, just needing some more consistency. So Bujaki taking it into the second corner in front. Let's see if he gets over this jump. The headwind has been bothering the riders. Maybe it's died down a bit. Haven't had some trouble with that. Looks like there's a move for second between Peters and Hubert. So Peters, the Netherlander rider, in third, looking for a spot. Hubert, though, getting closer to Bujaki, wanting to ensure his qualifying position. 2 different lines down the last straightaway. It's going to be Bujaki and Hubert with the final 2 spots for the elite men to move on in the program.
Yeah, and that concludes our last chance qualifiers for the elite men. There's your official, Quentin Hubert in 2 and Bent Bujaki of Hungary, taking the win, making their way through to the 16th finals.
So the next time we see the men, it will be single elimination. It'll be the 16th finals, only 4 to go through each round.
As the elite women make their way to the top of the gate, got a few more shout-outs coming through.
Elite women are going to make their way to the gate, and then we are going to hear from our good friend Mark Willers before the women's last chance. And as you know, 2 make it through, 2 and through in the last chance before we get to single elimination. So watching some replays as Mark Willers gets ready and wired and mic'd and synced and all that technical stuff. We see had a couple of crashes in this last chance, which were quite surprising. I think it's more the riders being a bit tired after yesterday's racing. These are huge efforts on this track. Still some very tight racing, as you can see. The Belgian rider coming over. Believe that might be Oh, a little bit of a case down that second straightaway. There is a headwind, slight headwind, making it a little bit more difficult to get over these big jumps in the second straightaway. And we have Mark Willers queued up and ready. Let's see who he has and where the conversation takes us.
Out of Colombia. So about 12 months ago at this race, you unclipped at the bottom of the start ramp and put your foot down, and chaos began. And then a week later, you're walking around Belgium, limping around Belgium, and then everything kind of got even worse from there. So do you want to talk us through the whole thing?
Well, yeah, that was 1 year ago here in Papendal. One of my best ever. Like, I was feeling really strong and I was going really good, and I missed that gate, and I unclipped, I stepped on the floor, and my knee exploded. Everything exploded, the ACL. When I got to the hospital, they told me, like, it's your ACL. But then I was trying to walk again. I didn't want to go home because it was too early to have the surgery. And I was trying to walk again, and then I came back home. They did some exams, and they found out it was like ACL, collateral, tendon, and nerve damage. So I did a whole combo. And then everything started. It was a roller coaster of emotions, and I had no movement on my leg and trying to walk again. I had 2 surgeries, and I'm having another one after this race, actually. So it's been a hell of a ride, but I'm here, so I'm happy.
So what's the next surgery for, to clean up everything that's going on?
They have to open again, clean, and try to move it under anesthesia because I don't have the whole movement. And it's thick, so they have to move it. So I'll have another one after.
Okay. Well, thanks for getting here. Sorry it was so short, but we've got to go back up to the next gate, so thank you.
Moving on in the program, Mariana Pajón explaining her tumultuous history here in Papendal. As we join the women for heat number 1 of the last chance qualifier. 4 on the gate, only 2 will go through. Alves, Dos Santos, Asuero, Niederhausen, and Howell.
So Dos Santos, Asuero, Niederhausen, and Howell. It's your elite women last chance.
Whoa, Dominique Asuero having a terrible start. Don't know what happened to her. I'm guessing she's not feeling her best. So now it's only 3 women up. Dos Santos and Niederhausen going into the first corner. Niederhausen not exactly safe. Dos Santos maintaining her lead, but it looks like the race is really for the final qualifying position as Niederhausen holding off Howell and now pulling away as they spread out like an accordion into the last corner. It's going to be Dos Santos and Niederhausen. Niederhausen now pressing for first place. Looks like she will do that. Dos Santos with the second. Howell left out in the cold.
Yeah, not sure what's happening with Dominica Asuero. Let's hope that everything is all right with the national champion of Ecuador, and that we see her back on it in Paris. Taking you back up to the, taking you to the official result. Julia Alves Dos Santos in 2. Christoph von Niederhausen taking the win in the first heat of the Elite Women Last Chance qualifiers. Moving on, we have heat number 2, Gabriela Bolle Carrillo, Colombia, Manon Veenstra out of the Netherlands, Emma Jateau from France, Drew McKeelson from Canada, and Vanessa Buldinska from Latvia. Emma Chateau in the middle on the 1:05. We saw her pull some great moves in the semi-finals at the World Championships in Baku in 2018, but she's backpacking at the minute, so she's going to have to make it all happen again. Oh, she's taken a tumble in the first turn, tagged the back wheel of Manon Veenstra, and down she went, so that leaves 4. And the rider out front is from Latvia. That'll be Vanessa Buldinska, I think, leading it through with the Colombian Bolle Carrillo. She's in that 2 spot. Drew McKeelson of Canada coming back after some problems earlier on. She's in there in 3, but the battle looking like it's good into the final turn. Vanessa Buldinska of Latvia holding on to it. Gabriela Bolle Carrillo of Colombia takes the 2. McKeelson in 3. So from World Cup final yesterday to out in the LCQ today. How fortunes change, Jason.
So just 5 heats here for the elite women in that last chance qualifier. The confirmation there, Buldinska.
There is your official result. Vanessa Buldinska of Latvia and Gabriela Bolle Carrillo of Colombia going through in 1 and 2. And they're going to head to the 8th finals.
To the start gates. Let's give a round of applause for the rider getting up out of the first turn.
Chateau with a
Well done.
moving off the track with a slight limp. Hopefully nothing serious.
Very, very short thing. So heat number 3 now in the gate. There they are. Danny
All
George,
right,
USA,
heat
Vanessa
number 3,
Song,
Danny
Gabriela
George, Vanetta
Gonzalez,
Peterson,
and Gayhart.
Julia Buda, Eloise Gonzalez, and Mackenzie Gayhart.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
Danny George, lane 1, wondering if she's going to make use of lane 1. Looks like she does. She's going to go straight into the first turn, skying it into the first turn. In first place as it's George and Peterson, Gayhart and Gonzalez. So Danny George finding her time and finding a way to open up here on this track. Looking strong as she comes out of the second corner. It's going to be George and Peterson, the USA rider, and the Latvian, 1 and 2. Looks like that's most likely how they'll finish, as third place has a lot of catching up to do if she wants to make it into the 8th final. It's going to be George and Peterson with the qualification.
So Danny George making up for a disappointment in the first round by going through the LCQ. Rocking that 99 plate for the USA. As Eloise Gonzalez crosses the line, I think it was. That could have been Yabuta from Japan. It was Yabuta from Japan. So Danny George, Vanetta Peterson, confirmed as going through 1 and 2 in heat number 3 of the LCQs for the elite women as we move on to heat number 4. Andrea Escobar, Liana Curtis, Paola Santos, Leila Henry back on it after that big crash earlier on, and Saskia Lack also of Switzerland. Andrea Escobar on the inside there on the 127 with Liana Curtis just moving away across and getting squeezed even further as they go towards turn number 1. Which of these riders will take to the skies? The answer is none. So it is Curtis leading it through with Santos in 2, Escobar in 3, Leila Henry in 4. But as we know with the last chance qualifiers, it's only 2 riders going through. And the first of those at the moment is Liana Curtis. Andrea Escobar, she's worked her way into that 2 spot. Looks like the Swiss rider is trying to chase her down. It looks like she might not have the time to get there though, because Escobar looking nice and smooth into that final turn. Liana Curtis out of Australia, she's going to get this one. She's going to go through with the win. Andrea Escobar of Colombia in 2. And it looks like a very unfortunate Leila Henry, who did very well to bring herself back from that crash earlier on. Unfortunately out. And we'll have to come back and fight another day.
That's your official. Curtis and Escobar, they get through in heat number 4. Final, the last of the last chance for the elite women. Kit one at Sathian, Admakina, Abrahard, and Satay.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders, ready, watch the gate.
Out of the gate they go down the hill. Only 4 riders in this lap, so there's going to be a lot of room on the track. The 2 Thailand riders, dropping back almost instantly. New program from there, so they are here to learn and get experience. Great to see them out there. We're going to have the Russian rider in front as she jumps into the second corner with a pretty commanding lead. That's going to be Admakino, followed by Abrahard, 1 and 2. I suspect that is how they qualify as they keep the rubber side down the last straightaway. Both taking the same line. Actually, Abrahard taking it to the sky on those doubles in the last straightaway for the final qualifying position. So Admakina and Abrahard getting through heat number 5 in the last chance. That's your official, Admakina and Abrahard.
We'll get started again at 16:35. So 4:35.
Next time we see the women, it will be single elimination for the 8 finals. 4 to make it through. 4th or better is the name of the game from here on out.
Go check out the guys and girls at the Frame Festival. Get something to eat, get something to drink. Some great specials.
So we're going to have a word from our sponsor, and then Mark Willers.
And goggles, so go check that.
Okay, riders, random start. Riders ready, watch the gate.
You always know ProGate's going to fall fast and on time, and it's always going to be on point.
We have Alfredo Campo out of Ecuador. First time, finally on the podium. You've clipped out, I don't know how many million times. You've eaten shit. You shit whipped yourself at the Worlds lead in the semi last year. Talk about the road to get here, mate.
Man, it's been a long road, but I'm so happy to finally get it done and get that check out of the list that I've worked so hard, you know, for so many years. I remember moving out of my house when I was like 16, you know, thinking about all these moments, and you know, it's been a bumpy road with some injuries, with some a lot of stuff going on, but like I just feel proud of myself of like finally get it done, and you know, for here on it's just to keep adding more.
So you're working with Thomas Allier, and I mean, you were dangerously fast 4 or 5 years ago. Like, what's been the process just working with Thomas to get to the second step?
I mean, it's been mostly, you know, of my my track speed, confidence in myself, you know, just to getting back in shape. For me, it was a massive goal. After 2016 Olympics, I was injured. And I didn't want to do it, you know, anymore. I thought it was done, and for me, it was like, okay, I'm gonna try to if I make the main at Worlds 2017, I'm gonna go for another 4 years, and that's when I started working, you know, with Thomas, and it's been an awesome journey. I made the main at the Worlds, and we're here now.
And so, what's today's plan? You prepared to go all the way and get it to the top?
Yeah. I mean, it's exciting because now, you know, it feels like I can get it done, you know, so it's like taking one lap at a time, you know. Papendal, it's a long track, everything can happen, and, you know, for me, it's just to enjoy, have fun on my bike, and, you know, this is a dream that I've dreamed of my whole life, you know. Like, I remember watching you race, watching Thomas race, and watching, you know, all the pros, and for me, just to be in this position, it's amazing, it's a blessing, and, you know, for me, it's just to enjoy it.
Yeah, you could see how stoked you were crossing the line yesterday with a double fist pump. So it was pretty good to see.
Yeah, I was surprised because I mean, like, you know, I didn't plan that or anything on double fist pump. I was like, yeah, I'll take it.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for getting in here, and good luck for the rest of the day.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks to everyone watching at home. You know, the people from my country, my sponsors, Produbanco, Vivant, my federation. You know, I'm getting married in August, so to my fiance, you know, she's a massive part of this. To my family, my friends, you know, it's been a long road, but we're happy to be where we are, and yeah, thanks for everyone for the support.
Hell yeah, good luck.